This is Michael Good from ReaperTrades.com with another daily trade recap. Today, the August 19th, Wednesday. Now, today was not a pleasant day for me, losing a bunch of money, about $2 grand. But overall, I can't complain too much. What you're looking at here is a chart of RTK, RTK, or as I like to refer to it, Rate, Torture, Kill. Now, I guess that means I'm watching a bit too much Law and Order, but anyway. Here we have the multi-day candlestick chart. We can see here since the beginning of August it's been on a tear, up from 50 cents a share now up to over $2 a share on what is essentially fluff news. Now it sounds great that they get this contract selling their biofuel to airlines, but on the other hand there was nothing in the contract about price, and there was nothing in it about it being a guaranteed amount, saying that they will buy X billion or X million gallons per year. It said they will buy up to this amount, and there was no price mentioned, which means, of course, that it's at a market price. So in other words, they said, okay, sure, if you charge us a decent price, we'll buy this from you, big deal. And that's all that means. Now, evidently, some people must disagree with me because the stock's, like I said, is up on a tear and on some huge volume too. Look, there was over 70 million shares yesterday. Today, over 80 million shares traded. But anyway, this was on watch for short. And here's the 2-day chart. Yesterday, up 80% from 1.6, closed about right at 2.4. That would have been a good buy a couple times during the day. When it broke the high of the day here, for one. But let's go to today's chart. Now I actually bought this morning when it went from green or red to green at 2.4. Unfortunately, I had a very tight stop and I got stopped out right on this dip right here for just a couple cents a share. And after that it went on to over 270. If I'd had just a couple more cents leeway, I would have gotten stopped out around 265 for over 20 cents a share versus about 4 cents a share. So that was unfortunate, but my big interest was in shorting this. So watched it all day, and finally it downtrended all day from its highs, and then around just after 1 p.m. Eastern time, it broke below yesterday's close. It went red on the day, so I shorted it big, 20,000 shares. So even with a very liquid stock like this, you do 20,000 shares at a time, it's going to hurt you when you get filled. So that probably hurt me an extra ½ cent to a cent doing such a large size. And it looked good, and then it spiked back up. I covered for a loss. That was about a $1,300 loss. Then when it went back below 240, I shorted again, same size. My entry was better, my stop was tighter, and I got out around there for about an $800 loss. And that looked like the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. It kept my risk minimized. On the other hand, it didn't ever go up much, and then it plunged towards the end of the day. I could have gotten back in this, but if a stock is choppy once, it's probably going to be choppy again, and I'm not good at trading choppy stocks. So I'll take my $2,000 odd loss on this and move on. Actually about $2,400. When you think about it, that's not really a very bad loss for this stock because my position size was about 45,000 twice. So anyway, moving on to other trades. Axle, I had a very nice long. Again, I played it with too tight of a stop. I always say that, and it's always true. Bought it when it went green on the day. That was about 570 or so. And then I sold it just under 6. It doesn't look like it here, but there was a bit of a jaggedness here, and I got stopped out. Unfortunately, it went up to 7. If I'd had just a bit of a looser stop, I would have made a bunch of money. So overall, negative 1918 today, and I did okay, but losses happen, and I got to move on. So, moving on.